Hey guys, Chris here from Cohesive Friendship Unit. I am with Brian,
Oh, what's going on?
Jake,
Hey guys.
and Carly.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about the recent Nintendo Switch Pokemon rumors. Keep keeping it going. But first, we love talking to you guys in the comments. Keep that up. It's been real fun. And if you like this video, throw us a like. If you love our content, throw us a sub. Let's dive right into it. So, Brian, it's your favorite website. On March 31st, a 4chan post came out, right?
Ooh.
And here's what the 4chan post said. It said, Pokemon Switch is going to be a remake of Pokemon Yellow, right? There's going to be no HMs, and there's going to be Pokemon Go integration, yeah?
Mhm.
Since then, a logo has appeared called Let's Go Pokemon Pikachu, Let's Go Pokemon Eevee. Those are the two games that are rumored to be the Yellow remake. So that's kind of where we're standing right now. And I know a shaky 4chan post followed up with a random ass logo is not really enough to make these rumors hold, but I'm going to do like a quick 1-minute rundown as to why I think this is legit, and we can discuss from here. All right? We ready to go?
Yeah, let's do
We're
it.
ready.
All right. I'm going to hit you guys hard and fast. So, at the end of Sun and Moon, which was the last Gen 7, a main character, left for the Kanto region, right?
Okay.
That's thing number one. These are varying degrees of success in yeah, this is legit. Number two, Twitter has recently spun up a huge Eevee campaign called Project Eevee. And we're going to be throwing these links all down in the description, having pictures. But there's been a huge push for Eevee lately in the Pokemon Company. If you go to Game Freak's Twitter, a lot of their pictures, a lot of their merchandise is featuring Eevee, which is kind of strange because it's kind of just random Gen 1 Pokemon, right? But
it is and it isn't.
It is and it isn't, but we'll continue. Okay, so there was an ominous tweet a few weeks back from the president of the Nintendo company, and that's the picture of him holding a Pokeball with a Pikachu wearing a Luigi costume with a Pikachu and an Eevee underneath that Luigi.
I think it's actually a Pichu wearing an Eevee costume.
I'd agree to disagree. Regardless, some might say that the L stands for Let's Go, and the Pikachu would be Pikachu, the Eevee would be Eevee. All right, let's just keep rolling. Then there was that screenshot from many months back. I think we talked about it on the show, with the person the trainer riding a Lapras, and you'll notice that there is an Eevee on top of that trainer's head. Why not, right? That's an Eevee. That's for sure an Eevee. All right, now we're getting down to some more nitty-gritty stuff. In Pokemon Yellow and in the anime, which Pokemon Yellow is based off of, your rival Gary chooses Eevee, right? And probably, and probably like the biggest reason is there are actually domains registered for Let's Go Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee. So, yeah, there we go.
Okay, so you're going with a completely different I figured it out than what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I am. So that's kind of where we sit right now. There's been a lot of spin up with Game Freak and Eevee. There's been some loose references with Sun and Moon where characters are going to Kanto. There's been website domain registrations. All these leaks are kind of leaning to it where there's smoke, there's fire, you know? And we do have logos that look rather legit. So here we are. Real or fake? I'm saying real.
I say it's legit. I think there's enough corroboration to be legit.
Yeah. The registered domains is...
Yeah, that's a big deal because that's money. That's fairly serious money too.
I feel like I was supposed to bring like an opposite argument.
No, you can say it's real.
I never believe leaks and they're always true, so I think it's real.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, just because you're registering domains doesn't mean you're making it a Switch game, you know?
Yeah, but that's a complicated bamboozle. Like, I don't know, man.
Before.
Yeah, but that's not really Nintendo style, and we are due for a Pokemon game on the Switch.
Well, so yeah, last E3, the president of Nintendo said in like literally a 30-second thing, we're making the next mainline Pokemon game on Switch. It might take more than a year to come out, and that was it. So this is all everyone's kind of wondering, like, E3's in less than a month. Are we going to see it? Like, are these leaks falling out for a reason?
Mainline. This is a remake of
What?
the old.
Well, that's mainline. Like, it's not
Pokemon is it's a main.
It's not like a Pocket Rangers puzzle dungeon
Yeah, I guess
thing.
Yeah, it's not a new Digimon game. Like,
It's not Poke Pinball.
I mean, it would kind of follow with what Nintendo's been doing, which is just remaking games from the Wii and previously, and then just selling them on the Switch. So,
How would this be remaking?
I don't think it's gonna be a remake.
no,
Well,
not-
it's like
not
a reimagining, I think.
Yeah, just I guess.
Yeah, but I think it's-
for making it.
I think it's going to be pretty radical. I think that the Switch, with the hardware capabilities that they're showing off with the Labo, however you want to pronounce it, I think that they have not VR, but they have a lot of sensors in that thing, and they can do a lot of really impressive stuff with that. I think this is going to be a serious reimagining, more than like Leaf Green and Fire Red. Like
Interesting.
way more than that.
Yeah, I think so too, because if they're gonna try to put Pokemon Go into it, that's like a double change.
Yeah, let's talk about that Pokemon Go integration, because that's what's scaring a lot of people. Also, the fact that the games have Go in the name points to it being like a bigger integration, you know?
Well, I mean, they were associated with that, weren't they? I mean, there was
Well,
Niantic,
yeah.
but
They
their
licensed
name
it,
was
yeah.
on the
Yeah, but like that worries a lot of people. In that we all played Pokemon Go. It's not.
Well, we played Pokemon Go when it was like they have
Yeah, when it was
apparently
hype.
improved it, and I have seen people still playing it. I don't still.
Oh no,
play
I've
it,
seen
but-
people playing it, but battling is not battling. You know,
Right? Yeah.
it's not the same at all. It's totally different. It's
No,
not.
it's an
not the core
augmented
Pokemon
reality
anything.
game. It's a mobile app. It's not. I don't think it was ever supposed to be a core Pokemon.
Yeah. So when I was thinking about ways that this integration could be like unoffensive, and the only thing I could really come up with was the way you catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go, where you like flick the ball. You could do that on your Switch, and if it was docked, you could use like motion controls or something. And it would just be like a little added mini game to make it more fun. And the only other thing I could really think of that would make it like okay, I guess, would be if you could like load a Pokemon up into your
Right.
Pokemon Go app on your phone and walk
That's
around.
That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be like a Pokewalker type thing.
Yeah, because
where
they
you
had the
can-
Pokewalker, and that was popular.
Oh,
Right, but
yeah.
everybody has a smartphone.
Oh, you do.
I,
No, like,
I do not have a
Or the
Pokewalker.
Pokemon Go one.
Yeah, but
The like original
the
game.
pedometer,
Yeah.
that's pretty
I
cool.
love that.
So
Yeah,
I mean, that's like case in point. Like, there's a market for that, and pretty much all phones have accelerometers that can do something similar to that. So maybe you make the app like $2.99 or something cheap, and
Well, presumably
because
if you're buying
because
the
if
game,
you think right, well, so what I'm saying is you've bought the Switch game, you've spent some money, you want to. This is like an accessory, so it won't be. I mean, they could still have it be free. We don't know what they're gonna do, but from a hardware standpoint, I think that makes sense because they'd be able to get rid of the Pokewalker thing entirely, like the separate standalone hardware for that entirely, and just say, buy the Pokemon Go app for $4.99 or whatever, and it has the same functionality that this has. You can put your Pokemon from the Switch game in it and cruise around with them and battle with gym people and all that
do
good
whatever you
stuff.
do with them.
Right. Yeah, I think that's kind of a no-brainer way to integrate the two things together that's not gonna get a lot of people mad.
Yeah, and I think if they're gonna a lot of games are throwing in like microtransactions. If they're gonna do it, it would be nice if they could, if they already have Pokemon Go with microtransactions, it'd be nice if there was like a separation between the two,
Right.
or like the
Well,
base
not
game
not
is
even
supposed to be-
necessarily a separation in the sense that they don't interact with each other, but in the sense that like you can buy a different app if you're not interested in playing Pokemon Go. If you're interested in just using those features with
Yeah.
the Pokemon
Yeah.
for the Switch.
So Carl,
I think
Yeah.
sorry. Were you good, Brian?
Go. I was just gonna say,
All right.
I think that would be a good moneymaker for them. That's
I was gonna say, so Carly, you played the Gen 3 remakes and you didn't like them very much.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was the 3DS I didn't like one of the games.
Well, I thought you didn't like the visuals or like the.
I don't like playing on the 3DS. Doesn't look. Or I have the 2DS. It looks weird to me and doesn't feel like Pokemon to me.
So what would So this is presumably a Yellow remake. What would the remake have to do to like?
To win me back.
To win you back, to undo the wrongs of the Gen 3 remake.
I think it would be a huge bonus if it was on the Switch instead of 2DS. For some reason, the 2DS and I never, like, I don't like to look at it. I don't know if I'm just, like, kind of spoiled from staring at Retina displays all day long, but I really, like, do not enjoy staring at the tiny pixelated screen, and I just don't like to play games on it because of that.
So it's really the hardware for you.
I think it is, which makes me feel weird because usually I have no problems with
Game
that
Boys
sort of
have
thing.
super shit hardware, though.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have a
but that's
backlight,
like
and you love them.
Well, I had an SP, so I was backlit all the way.
You know what you should do? You should get a 32-inch TV and then sit about 2 feet away from it and play video games on it for hours and hours and hours. It would
Yeah,
drive
it'll
you
feel great.
nuts.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was a kid...
And his is set, Brian's 720p, so he's...
I don't know what I don't like
Yeah.
about the 3DS. I just don't like it. It looks bad. Like, it looks
Okay.
weird.
So you think, like, as long as they kind of up-res the everything, it'd be fine. But you didn't have, like,
The
you didn't have
story
a
was
problem.
bad. It felt like
It was
clunky,
Gen 3's
but it
story.
didn't feel like it.
But it
felt like
was.
a cheap. It felt like a cheap, like, knockoff of it to me.
Okay. I mean, it was
So-
exactly Gen 3, though. Are you... So I just played, for footage for this video, I just played through the first gym on Pokemon Yellow, and I had a great time. I was digging it. I actually
it's a lot
played...
of fun.
I played a lot longer than I needed to play to get the footage for this video because I was like, oh, this is...
Okay, that's the Gen 1 remakes, which I
No, I played
love.
Yellow. Straight
Yeah,
Yellow.
Okay, the Gen 3 remake I didn't like, despite loving Gen 3. The Gen 1 remakes I loved, and I also loved actual Gen 1.
Alright.
So I think it is the 2DS thing that I did.
Jake, you have a Switch.
I do.
Is it Gen 1 remake sound good? Is this fulfilling your Pokemon dreams on the Switch?
Yeah, because I haven't played a Pokemon since Game Boy SP, because I was never really into buying, like, 3DS
Those
or
were the best
2DS.
Pokemon. Those were the best Pokemons, though.
They were dope.
I think Gen 2 is best.
So I would be hyped to get back into Pokemon on the Switch.
But like this sounds like a good way to do it. Yeah.
Everything except for like probably the inevitable DLC microtransactions that would kind of feel like I'm soiling my childhood memories of Pokemon. But
Yeah.
besides that, sounds not too bad.
But Jake, you have a ROM cartridge, and they can't ever take that away from you. You know, you can just plug that into your Game Boy, and you're right back in 2003 or whatever.
So considering some things are kind of adding up, specifically the Eevee riding on that guy's head, let's look at that leaked screenshot real quick. Supposed screenshot. It doesn't look like a home console game to me. It looks like they basically took the 3DS engine and they made it 1080p. And in addition, what's kind of interesting is you can see a lot of Pokemon, like wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So do you guys think that they're getting rid of random battles in this?
I think this looks like when you play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, when you play Pokemon Go and
Yeah.
you just see them going around.
Yeah, so you can swim towards the one, in this case it's swimming, swim towards the ones you want, but they might not be there. Like, in Pokemon Go, you just click on it, but I think in this, you'd have to get to
Yeah,
the
you
one.
would choose to battle it as
Yeah.
opposed to random.
I think so.
Yeah, I
That'd be
think
cool.
that makes sense.
I personally would really like if they got rid of random battles. I don't see a point for them.
Well, and like, it's not like RPGs haven't had random battles that you could see before. Pokemon is one of the few that doesn't let you see the battle
That
before
has kept
it
that
happens.
trend. Yeah.
Right. So it's not like they would really be doing anything earth-shattering by letting you see what's going on. I mean, it does kind of decrease the collecting aspect of it, that you kind of got to hunt for stuff, but I think what Carly said makes a lot of sense. If it's like something that shows up but isn't necessarily actually there, And for legendary stuff or really rare stuff, the chances of it not being there might be higher.
Yeah.
You know, than
or like the legendaries, they're just sitting there where they always sat. You
Right.
just have to go to that specific spot.
Well, I was thinking more like the Latios model where
Oh,
they
yeah.
like
Or
run
the-
around.
The legendary dogs, where
Yeah, where you have to like hunt them down.
In Pokemon Go, it looks like that too. Or back when I played it, it would have like the shadow of a Pokemon that is nearby, and this would be kind of like that, like the Latios thing, where you could look in your map and see where it was at that moment, but that doesn't mean that it would be there when you got there.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That'd be cool.
Well, I had another idea. Maybe you could like throw your eggs from this game from your Switch onto your Pokewalker, hatch them that way.
I was thinking that too. That would be cool, but how would they do that? Would that be like an
They
online?
didn't
Yeah, just online.
have
So you'd have to have
eggs.
internet connectivity to upload your eggs.
Yeah, you'd load it up on your Switch in like your apartment, and then you'd go to work and you'd walk the egg around.
So if you go on like a road trip and you walk 10,000 miles, you don't get your eggs till you get back home on your Wi-Fi.
Well, you bring. I mean,
Because you
if
couldn't.
you go on a road trip, you'd use the hotel Wi-Fi. Like,
But would your Switch? I guess you could.
yeah, I mean, Switch doesn't have Bluetooth, which was
Yeah,
A
that's what I was
critical
thinking. I was
error.
thinking if you were going to do the egg thing, they should have put Bluetooth.
so like that kind of sucks. But, and yeah, I mean, Brian, they would have to put eggs in. They would have to pull all the modern features that they do.
if you're being like strict to the first gen stuff, they didn't have eggs in that because you could only put one Pokemon in the daycare. All right, so I don't want to. It's a non-issue. It's
It
a
was
non-issue.
your time.
I think
They didn't have enough memory slots to put two
I think that's a
Pokemon in the
concession you'd have to make.
daycare. So, Chris, I'm interested to hear what you have to say with regards to I figured it out, because I think that the screenshot is kind of what led me to what I figured out.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, yeah, what I was saying when I said I figured it out was just like looking through all the Game Freak stuff, seeing the president with that Pikachu Luigi thing. Like, the Eevee thing has sold me on this, like, let's go Pokemon Pikachu. And the fact that the person said it's the other one is let's go Pokemon Eevee, if you had told me that in any, like, outside of this bubble where I was looking through all this stuff, I would have said, that's stupid. There's no way they would name a main Pokemon game after Eevee. But now that there's all this kind of, like, the anime, Gary had an Eevee. In Pokemon Yellow, Gary picks an Eevee. This is Pokemon Yellow's 20th anniversary. There's Eevee. Eevee's everywhere. And I like Eevee. So maybe I'm biased. But that, and the Eevee riding the Lapras, or the Eevee riding the trainer, that was also kind of what sealed it. It just, like, for me, it made it go from a rumor to, like, yeah, this is real.
Oh, so you're saying that figured it out means that you've figured out that this is legit. You're not saying that you
more or
figured out
less.
what a feature in the game is going to be.
No,
So
yeah, I
that's
want to
kinda
hear
what I
what
was-
you figured out.
Okay, here's what I think. I think you're gonna get to be the Pokemon. Like, I think that the start of the game is gonna be like they're gonna
This
put
game's
you.
with
It's
furries.
no. What here's what I'm saying. They put you in like that Professor Oak thing at the beginning. Like, it's like you're going into like a virtual reality thing where you get to be the Pokemon, and you're gonna either get to play as Pikachu and make friends with the other Pokemon so that you can like overcome the fact that you're an electric type and you can't beat everything, or you're gonna get to play as Eevee and it'll be more a traditional RPG where you get to have some say in developing your character, because Eevee can evolve into, at least in the first game, it can evolve into fire, water, or electric. So it has the most, it's the most blank canvas, if that makes sense. And I think that, you know, maybe instead of having Pokemon in your party, Pokemon Yellow was also the only game where the Pokemon followed you around, where Pikachu followed you around.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it's gonna be
That
like
was
the
why the
trainer with
Eevee on
the-
the Lapras was big for me, because he was
Right,
following
because-
the trainer.
well, and what that, maybe it's not so much. It's like the trainer is Eevee's like the first in the party or something like that, or they're the primary Pokemon or something like that. I kind of saw it as, I think that would be interesting with the AR too, where, you know, you're the Pokemon instead of being someone who's in charge of the Pokemon. I think it would be a good tie-in for whatever they decide to do in the future with VR as well, because they do have a history of pushing hardware in Pokemon games. Like, you always had a SNES or an N64 or whatever in your house, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe it's going to be some sort of Switch VR attachment that's, you know, not quite ready yet, but by the time that this game comes out, you know, it could be further along enough that they'd be willing to make allusions to it or something like that. I think that would be a good selling point and stepping stone for them to get a market for whatever VR product they come out with, because they're going to have to come out with something.
Damn, Brian went
And
deep
that's
on that.
that's kind of the way I was looking at it, because if you think about it from a perspective of not only getting people into it, like Carly, who's, you know, reboots are reboots. You can only reboot something so many times before it's like, okay, what are you going to show me that's new? Being the Pokemon is something that's never been done. You know,
Well, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon did, or Rescue
right, but
Rangers.
that's not a main series Pokemon game.
Yeah.
You know, that's not quote unquote canon Pokemon game. And it would give them a very strong sell point on the VR, because this is going to come out and it's going to be popular. Even if it ends up flopping in the end, when it launches, it's going to be popular and it's going to sell big because it's a main series Pokemon game. Period.
Brian, are
Ryan
you
went deep.
predicting a companion Pokemon Labo attachment?
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised in the slightest if... it would be hard to do, because, like, you could make a Pokeball with one of the Joy-Cons in it, but then you're encouraging people to throw their Joy-Cons, like, across the room.
Part of the leak was, in the 4chan post, was that they were going to launch with an accessory, which...
I can see a fishing rod, though. I can see
They already have a
definitely
fishing rod. They
see...
can just
Well, I can see an
make it
adaptation of
Pokemon
that
colored.
to the Pokemon game, yeah.
So I have a few more things to talk about, but they'll be fairly quick. The first one is which one are you guys gonna buy? Because I'm buying Eevee.
Yeah, Pokemon Eevee, obviously.
Or if you were buying. Brian's keeping it to himself. Carly, what are you going?
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do something really diverse with them that we don't know yet. You know, I think they're gonna make them more different instead of just the same two games in two different colors, as has been the trend.
Mm.
But I feel like I would want to get the Eevee one because that feels more different and weird.
Yeah, I want to get Eevee. Eevee's my favorite Gen 1, so going Eevee.
Okay, I'm glad you brought
I
that
liked
up
Eevee
because,
before Eevee was cooler for my games.
like, you were talking about how, like, all this promotion of Eevee means that they're making a game about it, and I was thinking, like, Eevee was such a popular Pokemon, like everybody has, like, an Eevee plush. Like, Eevee and Pikachu were the two big,
Yeah.
like, merchandise things. Like, that picture of that guy holding that Pokeball with the Eevee and the Pikachu, like, that means nothing to me. Those are just the two plushes.
I'm in too deep.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
think
too
you gotta come
Gotta
out.
pull out, pull out. Okay, so the other question is, I mean, it's expected that, assuming that this is real, that we're going to be seeing it in some official capacity very soon. But do you guys think this is a 2018?
I think it better be.
It better be.
I think they're
Yeah.
stupid to have it be this slow. Like, they are losing, like, the popularity that was Pokemon Go so fast.
That's true.
Like, they should have done this earlier.
Well,
now.
so that would give us Smash and Pokemon in 2018, and they're trying to sell 20 million Switches this year. So,
Well, the way you sell hardware is with software.
yeah. So, Brian, you think this is 2018?
Oh yeah. I think this is, like, if the things that we've seen are legit, and I think they are, I think that it's probably far enough along in development that they can come out with it this year.
Oh, also, Brian, are you getting Eevee or Pikachu?
Pikachu.
If you were, I think you're the only one getting Pikachu.
I don't care about Eevee, man. Eevee isn't cool. Pikachu's got like Eevee doesn't have a CGI movie. Pikachu's got a CGI movie that hasn't come out yet. But
true. Detective Danny DeVito has played.
you know,
Pikachu.
like okay, put it this way. If it had been Eevee that died in Pokemon the movie, would you still have cried? Because I don't think I would have.
How many likes do you think Eevee could get versus Pikachu versus?
Oh, Pikachu's gonna get the likes. Pikachu's the fucking face of Pokemon.
Okay, did
Pikachu
Eevee
is
get
like the
that?
Mickey Mouse of Pokemon. What?
Like Pika Pika is
Yeah.
like very marketable.
It's like a
Whatever
Oh
Freak.
yeah, it's a
Eevee
trademark.
does.
It's a trademark.
I mean,
What is Eevee?
presumably it says its name.
Eevee is like a rabbit. Rabbits don't even make
It's
sense.
not a it's a dog.
It's a
First
dog.
off,
It is?
No, it's
It's
a
a dog.
fox of some sort.
it's a G. Ah, damn. We're gonna have to Pokedex that. Comment down below what you think Eevee is. No, okay. Last question from me, and if you guys have closing thoughts, let them out. But does this mean we're getting Eevee in Smash?
It's possible.
That does
It's
sound like
possible. It'd be an interesting
Probably
like
does not
one
give a
type changer
shit.
character.
Ooh, that would be
Like-
kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
They-
They've been big on
All
those.
Poke
They
Tree
have been
boys.
big on those.
That'd be cool. I'd be into that.
Now,
I don't think I was trying to think of like four-legged Smash things, and I think DK is the only one, but he uses his hands. Like Eevee just
Aren't there
Pikachu.
Pokemon
Bulbasaur.
in Smash?
Pikachu,
Yeah, but
Pikachu
they're
runs around in his
bipeds.
hands, dude.
Oh, is
Pikachu
the
runs
one
around on
Mario
his
with
hands.
two
Bulbasaur
legs?
is
that's true.
four-legged.
Pikachu does.
Bulbasaur is four-legged.
Okay, so they have done it. They've done it. Okay, so now I'm thinking it's definitely
Diddy
now.
Kong, dude. Diddy Kong is
He
also-
uses his hands though.
Yeah,
like,
but
Eevee
I mean,
doesn't
like
have
a dog
digits,
stands up on
you
its
know?
back legs, but like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't make it bipedal.
Yeah.
Would make it a weird anthropomorphic.
No,
They're
definitely not.
fucking Pokemon. It can shoot electricity out of its face. Like
Yeah, what does it need hands for?
Yeah. Okay, so I think it would definitely work.
Like most of them don't have hands. Only the human ones.
well, and Pikachu's
Kirby doesn't
fingers
have
are so small that he wouldn't
take
be.
that
Able,
back.
He doesn't
Kirby
have
doesn't even have
Take that
fingers.
back. Yeah, but he holds a hammer somehow.
He really could suck things into his
You suck.
ridiculous body and whatever.
Okay, so I think Eevee is confirmed. We'll see him in the Invitational. All right, are there any other closing thoughts? Or are we good?
Good.
Oh.
Good. Good.
It's all set.
We're all set. All right. Well, if we're good, then Brian, let the audience know how good they are.
Thanks a lot, Chris. And if you think we completely missed the mark and the new feature of the new Pokemon game is going to be 1 million individual different Pokemon, make sure to let us know down in the comments there. As always, make sure to crush that motherfucking like button and click the little ringy dingy in the top right hand corner so you stay informed with all the cool shit that's going on the Cohesive Friendship Unit channel. That's all for me tonight, Chris.
All right, guys, you heard the man. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.